Les douces paroles ne me coûtent rien.
I'm going to talk a little bit while I catch my breath from all that running. This recital is going to be a little bit of everything. There's no real theme to this recital. It's just going to be a lot of random repertoire that I've had for a long time that I haven't gotten to perform yet. And so you're probably going to get a little whiplash in this recital, but that's okay. That's what makes it fun, right? So, the next piece, it will be a piece that you all know and you all saw me perform a couple weeks ago. It will be The Trumpet Shall Sound from the Messiah.
In a twinkling
turn. All right, so for this next song, Tamino and Pamina. It's a story that anybody who's seen Magic Flute knows very well. They're set to go on a dangerous journey, but their own journey, separate from each other, to stop the Queen of the Night from doing what she's doing, right? She's doing a lot. And a priest, Zoroastro, that's me, sings a prayer to the gods, Isis and Osiris, to bless them on Tamino and Pamina's journey to keep them safe so that they may return. So this is Oasis con Osiris on the Magic Flute. This next song is about a flea. Yes, you heard that right, a flea. So, in the last song, I was a priest. In this song, I'm a demon. You know, programmed that pretty well. And I take Faust to a tavern in Berlin called Auerbach's Keller, which is actually a real-life tavern in Berlin that you can visit if you ever get a chance. And basically, I tell him a story about a king who adopted a flea as his adopted son. And he makes this flea part of the royal family, and of course the flea's family, comes and is also part of the royal family. And all the fleas start fighting everybody else in the royal family. They start fighting all the humans, right? And the story basically tells a tale of you let the wrong person into the group and the whole thing's going to fall apart. And between y'all and I, considering the current state of our country, it's kind of relevant right now. So yeah, this is Faust. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry, my mind's going a million miles an hour right now. Thank you for bearing with me.
bitte kann ich wenig, als wie sein eigener Sohn. Da rief seinen Schneider, der Schneider kam heran, da ist der Junge Kleider und bis in Hosen an.
Our next song, you may have heard, you may have not. Rafe Von Williams, and yes, I know in your programs it looks like it says Ralph, but it's actually pronounced Rafe. Rafe Von Williams composed a song cycle. Now, what is a song cycle, you ask? Well, a song cycle is a collection of songs that are meant to be performed together without stopping. So it kind of makes its own concert if the song cycle is long enough, right? Now, I'm not going to be doing the entire song cycle today as much as I would love to. However, I will be performing The Vagabond, which is, I think, the fourth or fifth song in the cycle, I'm pretty sure. And this song tells, well, the whole song cycle tells a tale of a traveler going through the English countryside and telling tales of all of his woes, all of his travels, and his love. And so it's a really emotional roller coaster if you get to listen to the full song cycle. I urge you to if you get a chance. But we are going to be performing The Vagabond today, so let's enjoy it.
Give it on me,
the opera Così fan tutte, which means they're all like that. In other words, all women are like that. So this particular piece, there's two officers, Guillermo and Ferrando, and they proclaim that their wives, Fiordaligi and Lorbella, respectively, will always be eternally faithful. They have a lot of faith in their wives that they're never going to leave. And there's the old man, Don Alfonso. He steps in and proclaims they're going to cheat because all women are like that. Così fan tutte. The two officers then wager a bet with Don Alfonso to see whether or not their wives would remain faithful if given a chance. So they decide to pretend to go off to war, but then they come back disguised as Albanians with giant mustaches. And they flirt with each other's wives on the newest episode of Wife Swap, right? And one of the wives falls for her, one of the wives doesn't, and then there's another nurse that works with Don Alfonso as kind of a coup, and she disguises herself twice, and the whole thing falls apart by the end of the opera, and it's a crazy opera. If you get a chance to watch it, I urge you to read the plot first. There's a lot of things that happen. But in this piece, they are already back in disguise as the mustachioed Albanians, and they're pointing out all of their manly attributes, such as their feet, their eyes, their noses, but most of all, their mustache. So please enjoy.
La nostra pelle è sentire pietà, la celeste beltà dei occhi vostri, la piaga nei nostri, qui rimedia un solo, il balsamo d'amore. Un solo istante, il cuore acquita bella, a suoi dolci faccende, a voi davanti spirare vedrete, fedeli amanti. Non siate ritrosi, occhietti vezzosi, noi l'abbiamo
you all enjoyed that. This next song, it's a lot easier to understand. It is a Mexican folk song / love song, Noche Serena. So this next song, we pivot from Mexico to 3 different countries mentioned in this next song. So this next one, it's set in Russia, Napoleon-era Russia to be exact. And there are 2 French soldiers who are marching through Russia, and they get captured by Russian forces. And they manage to escape, but one of them ends up being injured. And the one who is injured asks the one who's not injured to stay with him while he passes. And the one who's not injured says, I would love to, but unfortunately, I have a wife and kids at home, I need to get home back to my family. And so the soldier who's injured says, okay, well, screw you then, I don't care about your family, right? And he says, but before you go, make sure that my body is buried in French soil with my sword at my side, my musket in my hand, and make sure that I will be the eternal guardian from my grave to the Emperor Napoleon. And also, at the end of this song, you may hear something interesting. The last bit of the song is sung to the tune of the Marseillaise, the French national anthem. So you'll hear that at the end. So, Divine Grenadier.
See me,
if you're wondering, Katie's husband, Keith, my former voice professor, actually directed a production of Sanford, Cinderella, when I was at BGSU. And this is one of the pieces that I sang during that show. So this piece, Baron Peter, Cinderella's father, he is reminiscing about the days in which he used to be a baker. And some of you may know I might be a bit of a baker myself. No, I do not already own this hat. And he's reminiscing about the days that he used to bake specifically cinnamon bread. However, he is also bittersweetly reminiscing because he got jailed for it because he served 10-day-old cinnamon bread, and they sent him to Baker's Prison. I don't know what Baker's Prison is. If you know, tell me. But yeah, so he's just reminiscing about the days of old. So this is Sanford. It was just yesterday.
It was just yesterday that I saw a large carriage, and my heart beat the faster because I knew what it was. It's the kind that delivers the finest of groceries, and I never could see it without feeling sadness. No one in the world knows that I once was a grocer, but how can one forget all the things that he loves? When I drink my cafe and think of the things I've done, it reminds me that I owe my fortune to sweet. And because now I've entered into that ability, I do nothing all day, passing my time in laziness. And I long for the days I may sit on bread, and Clinton's words will be that he loved me forever. Oh, the cinnamon bread that I took to the fair, no one knows except me, it was already 10 days old. But it's all in the marketing and what you tell them. And my friends, I assure you, that's how one gets wealthy. But they caught me and sent me to Baker's Prison. I deserved it for selling that cinnamon bread. Sound like cinnamon bread on when hot but when cold. But one never likes cinnamon bread that is 10 days old.
So I'm going to talk a little bit while Clint gets set up with the organ. So this next song, it is a Baroque era song, which is why you see the harpsichord set up right there. Unfortunately, we will not be using that today because, as some of you may know, harpsichords are very sensitive. And if it's not the right temperature, if it's not the right humidity, they don't work. Yes, and it's a full moon. Yes. And so there's a couple of keys on the harpsichord that aren't working, so we're going to imitate a harpsichord on the organ. So this song, I am praying to Bacchus, the god of wine and ecstasy, and I am thanking him for all of the wine and all of the fun times. And I might be getting a little tipsy during this song. So let's try to engage it. So after this next song, there will be a 10-minute intermission, just to let y'all know. So in this next song, now that I've had my drink, I'm gonna take a nap, basically. So in this song, the immortal princess, Semele, who is the title character of this opera, is said to be handed off by her father, Cadmus, king of Thebes, to be wed to, Athamas, prince of Boeotia. Am I saying that right, Katie? Okay. However, Semele does not want to marry Athamas. Instead, she proclaims she is in love with Jupiter, king of the gods. So this mortal woman is in love with God. And she prays to him, and Jupiter hears her prayer, and as a god does, he takes the form of an eagle to whisk her away to his mountaintop palace that is guarded by a dragon. After discovering this, Jupiter's wife, Juno, she's not very happy. She's pretty outraged. And she, along with her friend / servant Iris, devise a plan to get around the dragon by putting it to sleep. How are they going to put it to sleep, you ask? They are going to venture to the cave of Somnus, the god of sleep. However, as can be expected, Somnus, the god of sleep, he's sleeping and he doesn't want to wake up. And so he's basically telling the women all to go away, let him sleep. And so this is Leave Me with Some Light from Semele.
Intermiss among yourselves.
Hi, Mom.
But you know, I always sing here. Sure did. And then we got yeah, right. It just looks nice and warm, right? Maybe just they're like worried he like passed out or something. Oh, that's so funny. He is a character fan. He's like, you told me to get down, I'm down. Oh, he looks so handsome. Yeah.
Did you rehearse once with them or put together? Did you have her? I mean, the whole.
We're trying to get it together, you know, but oh my gosh, I don't know, because already he was like trying to get that date on the minute. He's like, I don't know, I tell them I want to do that. I want to be there, but I'm like, he's so it's gonna be on the YouTube. Oh my gosh, see, I was gonna say also that him and obviously
I'll tell you one time, you ought to be a singing waiter at a singing waiter restaurant.
how are you?
Yes. Or a man. Right on the body. Yeah. He's not very good. No. No. Exactly.
He's definitely mine. No.
Kind of this way, we love Zach so much, but we want him to find something in his field to do.
Because it's his field.
I know, but we don't want to lose him, but we want him to find something that he really enjoys doing.
This is the thing.
And I know he does, but he does. Exactly. But we would be very sad when he leaves. Are you some of Zach's family too?
She got the shyness out of me. Well, I think it worked. Gosh, every time I hear him
Yeah, you just, to think you started it.
Hey, tell me there's another little.
Thank you for encouraging it.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
So I tell you, like, in the hospital, I'm like, so I want to be there.
So sorry about the she can't relate to Oh my gosh.
Still working. I'm still working from home, so that's a blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my brother Jerry. So nice to meet you. This is
Because he said he's going to try and do 50 programs. So he didn't get to 50. He said, I might try 30. I'm like,
I definitely want to grab one today. I was like, I'm just gonna go and see. I definitely will. But I know I'm not gonna watch it. That's okay. I'll go see one.
he did all of these. He bought himself a laminator. He He said he was doing some big cake too. Some of these little shorts. Like doing the shoe. Arranged it. So he was doing the chocolate chip sauce. When he did it a couple weeks ago, he actually had a chocolate thing. And it turned out really good. Yeah, they really complement each other. Okay, so we got pictures.
Okay, yes. I was gonna say,
So yeah, that last song came from Ravel's song cycle, Don Quixote of Dulcinea. The first two songs in that cycle are very romantic, talking about his obsession with Dulcinea and everything we do for her. And then that last song is just a bunch of drum rambling. Kind of fits the rest of the song cycle, I guess, right? So yeah, welcome back everybody. And this next song is from Brigadoon. And yeah, almost like being in love. So there's two New Yorkers, Tommy and Jeff, and they accidentally stumbled into the mystical Scottish village of Brigadoon, which only appears once every 100 years. It's a very mysterious village. And if anyone leaves the village will no longer exist. So citizens of the village are forbidden to leave. While there, Tommy meets a native of Brigadoon, Fiona, and he falls in love with her. And throughout the show, he's torn on whether he should leave Brigadoon or he should stay with Fiona, which means he'd have to stay forever. So it's a very interesting love story. If you get a chance to watch Brigadoon, please do. So almost like being in love. This next song comes from Oklahoma. I assume many of you have probably seen Oklahoma at this point. So, cowboy Curly McLean visits the house of Farm Girl who he has strong feelings for. He asks her to a dance, but she refuses, saying, "You waited too long." Meanwhile, the rugged farmhand, Judd Fry, also asks Lori to the dance. She doesn't like him, but she says yes anyway, just to spite Curly. Curly is distraught after hearing this, and he goes to the smokehouse where Judd lives to confront him. Judd has no remorse, to which Curly tells Judd, "Have yourself, see if anybody cares." That's exactly what he says in the show, I'm not making that up. And then he storms off. Judd sits alone in his smokehouse and makes a vow to himself that he will make Lori love him by any means necessary. Lonely Road.
I'll get that.
So, hard left turn here. So this next song comes from Guys and Dolls. So the good-natured, yet kind of arrogant Sky Masterson has made a bet with a couple of his cohorts that he can land a date with any woman of their choosing, so they choose Sergeant Sarah Brown. At first, she refuses his advances, but eventually Sky realizes that he actually has genuine feelings for Sarah. And later, Sarah reveals to her grandfather, Arvid, that she has also fallen for Sky. Arvid tells Sarah that he has faith in Sky's inherent goodness, and he urges her to follow her heart. More I cannot wish you. others. So, this song comes from a lesser-known musical, A Class Act. And Edward Claiborne wrote this whole musical as a memorial to himself, even though he was alive. Yeah, Edward Claiborne was kind of an interesting guy. Look him up. But yeah, so all the songs in this musical have absolutely nothing to do with each other. They're basically just showcasing different snippets of his life. So it's an entertaining musical, but a strange guy. So this is Charm Song. That song's only 90 seconds, but there's so much. So, this next song is probably one of the most famous songs in musical theater. So this is If Ever I Would Leave You. Basically, a knight in King Arthur's court, Lancelot, is in love with Guinevere, but she is supposed to be getting wed to King Arthur. Guinevere realizes that she's in love with Lancelot as well, but both are worried about what King Arthur would do if he found out about their feelings for each other. She tells Lancelot that he's got to leave Camelot, just to avoid all this drama, but Lancelot refuses, saying he would never leave her under any circumstances. So this is If Ever I Would Leave You from Camelot.
Sir
So let's talk about this next song now. So as you can tell by the title, you can kind of see what direction this is headed. So yeah, there is a guy named Tom Lehrer. Clint actually introduced me to this guy. And he makes all kinds of really funny songs. He has this one, he has Poisoning Pigeons in the Park, he has one about, who gave it to who, Clint?
Who gave it to Agnes, who gave it to Susan, who gave it to...
Yeah, so he makes a lot of very risque kind of songs, but he's been very easy to check it out. So this one is the Masochism Tango. I think that speaks for itself.
Touch of your lips, time I get dropped, and I envy the rose that you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gums. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash you made with your lash. As we danced to the masochism tango, bash in my brain and make me scream in pain, then kick me once again and say never but. I know too well I'm underneath your spell, so darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine. As we dance to the muscle, is a tango.
Sorry, Mom. So this next song, I think most of us have seen Les Mis in here, but Javert, policeman, has spent years pursuing the felon Jean Valjean. Both of them have good intentions at some points, but Javert swears by the stars that he will capture Valjean for his crimes. So this is Stars from Les Miserables.
Out in the darkness, a fugitive running, fallen from grace, walking like witness, I never shall yield till we come face to face, till we come face to face. He knows his way in the dark, but mine is the way of the Lord,
So this next song, we're gonna kind of go in a different direction, away from the theater stuff for a little bit. So this is actually an old country song by a duo, Brooks and Dunn, and it's called Believe. And it basically talks about a kid who goes down to this old man's house and sits on his porch swing with him and talks to him, and he does that all the time throughout his childhood. When he gets older and he goes off to college, he's talking to his mom on the phone one night, and after they talk for a little bit, she says, "Oh, by the way, son, the old man passed away." And the son is just laying there thinking about it, thinking, is this all there is, or, is there something more? So this whole song is basically about processing death and processing the loss of a loved one. So this is Believe by Brooks and Dunn.
Old man Wrigley lived in that White House down the street from where I grew up. Mama used to send me over with us. She struck a friendship up. I spent a few long summers out on his old porch swing. He was in the war, in the Navy. He lost his wife and lost his baby. I broke down. I asked him one time, "How do you keep from going crazy?" He said, "I'll see my wife and son in just a little while." I asked him what he meant. He looked at me and smiled and said, "I raise my hand and bow my head. I'm finding more and more truth from the words written in red. They tell me that there's more to life than just what I can see. Oh, I believe." A few years
sonnets. They are not a color group. If you don't know what a cappella means, basically that means it's just voices, no instruments. Now, how's that work by myself, right? Well, I brought this idea to Clint a while back, and he was totally on board with it. So I am going to be singing this piece solo, but completely a cappella. And this piece is also kind of personal to me because there's a person in the crowd. Hi, Mrs. Dixie, and no, I cannot call you Rebecca. I know Rebecca has been my teacher for 9 years, but I still will not call you Rebecca. I can't. But this is Dixie over there. She was actually my high school choir director for my last 2 years of high school. And this song was actually the last song that she ever worked with me on before I graduated. And so this piece is kind of personal for both me and her. So this is Light in the Hallway by Baritone.
Close your eyes, lay your head down. Now it's time to sleep. May you find great adventures as you lie and dream. If you're scared of the darkness, I will calm your fear. There's a light in the hallway, so you know I'm here. So count your blessings every day. It makes the monsters go away, and everything will be okay. You are not alone. You are right at home. Good night. Good night. You won't need me forever, but I'll still be here. For we all have our nightmares, even me, my dear. From now on, if you need me, you can sing this song. There's a light in the hallway, burning all night long. So count your blessings every day. It makes
song. So, I put all the sad songs at the end because that makes sense. So this next song is also another song that is very personal to me. It is my favorite song ever. It is In Color by Jamie Johnson. It's another country song, came out in the week, and I've loved it ever since the first time I heard it as a kid. And basically, he's reminiscing about all the good times and bad times and everything from his life. His grandson finds a bunch of old pictures, and he says, "These are in black and white, they're not real clear, like, who are these? Like, is this you?" And so grandfather goes through all the old pictures with his grandson and tells him what they all are. And he says, "If you think it's cool in black and white, you should have seen it in color." So this is In Color by Jamie Johnson. And BK will be playing guitar on this one.
I said, "Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white. It ain't real clear, is that you there?" He said, "Yeah, I was 11. And times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm in the Great Depression. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color." Oh, this one here was taken overseas in the middle of hell in 1943, wintertime. You could almost see my breath. And that was my tail gunner, old Johnny McGee. He was a high school teacher from New Orleans. He had my back right through the day we left. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. Pictures worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. This one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma in the summer sun, all dressed up the day we said our vows. And you can't tell it here, it was hot that June. That rose is red and her eyes were blue. And just look at that smile, I was so proud. That's a story of my life, right there in black and white. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have said
Anyway, so this is the part where I make my sappy speech and say all my thank yous, so bear with me. So, should have had my notes up here for the thank yous. So, my first thank you goes out to all of you guys tonight for being out here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here. It means a lot to see all of your smiling faces. The next thank you I want to give is to the Findlay First Presbyterian Church. They've given me a kind of a job for the past almost 4 years now. And I've gotten to make some really great memories here, and I hope to stay here for a long time. My next thank you goes out to Mr. Robbie Griffel up there in the balcony. He's been running tech for me tonight, so thank you, Robbie, for all that. I ran tech one time. It's not an easy job, trust me. My next thank you goes out to BK over there. You just heard her play on guitar. We only had maybe 2 or 3 rehearsals on that song, and it was a song that she had never heard before, so I really appreciate her doing this with me. Thank you, BK. The next thank you goes out to all my family that came tonight. They've always been my biggest supporters, especially my mom. Special shout out to my mom. She told myself I wasn't going to do that. She has, I think that you've been to almost every single one of my concerts. I think over the past 10, 15 years that I've been doing music, I don't think you've missed a single show, I'm pretty sure. And my mom's done a lot for me, so, and you can see how supportive my family is, by the way. Raise your hand if you're related to me in any way.
Woo!
Half this crowd.
Love you, Zach.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. And, Mom, I might need to borrow the tissue after you're done. And my next thank you, he's not here, but I'm going to thank him anyway. His wife's here, so I'll pass this along. I want to give a thank you to Keith Ferris. He was my English professor at BGSU when I was in grad school, and he helped me open up so much. He helped me talk through things when I was thinking about dropping out of grad school and quitting music altogether. That's because I was just so burnt out. He really helped me out a lot. He helped me come on my show, and so if you pass that along to Keith, Katie,
He's driving right now, he says
and my next thank you, and possibly my biggest thank you tonight, goes out to Mr. Clint Miller over there. Yeah, over the past 4 years or so, Clint has done so much for not only me, but for the choir as well here. The church choir here would not be what it is without Clint, and I think all choir members here can agree on that. And personally, I've had some of the best musical memories I've ever had with Clint. And also some of the best cheesy jokes as well. But overall, yeah, I've gotten so much help from Clint over the past few years, and we went from cohorts and acquaintances starting off, but honestly, I think I could consider him my friend now. Really. So thank you, Clint. I really appreciate everything you've done for me and for this church. Thank you. I forgot what I was going to say next. I'm sorry. Thank you all so much for coming out here tonight. Again, it means a lot to see all of you. Thank you for dealing with all my antics up here. My babbling while I'm up here. And So this last song, it's pretty special to me as well. I've known this song since I was a kid, but I kind of forgot about it until I was in grad school. So when I was in grad school, and I believe I was in my, I want to say second semester of grad school, and my voice professor, Keith, he gave me this song, Impossible Dream. And at first, I didn't know it, but when I sang through it for the first time, it felt kind of familiar. And I was like, where have I heard this song before? And then it hit me. My grandmother showed me this song when I was a child. Who was it? Grandma Pop?
Jim Neighbors.
Yeah, Jim Neighbors doing Grandma Pop. She showed me a video of that, and this was the song he sang in Impossible Dream. And I had forgotten about it for a long time. And when Keith gave it to me in grad school, I was like, wait, I actually know this song. My grandma showed me this like when I was a kid years ago. So, but it's always been one of my favorite songs to sing for the past like 2-3 years. So, I'm going to end this with Impossible Dream from Man of La Mancha. And thank you all again for coming out here tonight. So much, and while I was singing that song, I remembered what I was going to say. So I was a little out of order, but some of you may be wondering, some of you may know, why I decided to call this recital the Second Chance Recital. Well, I was originally supposed to do this recital back in November, but unfortunately, back in September, I'm not going to delve into the whole thing because we'll be here another hour, but I started dealing with some medical issues back in September. And I unfortunately was not in good enough shape to perform this recital in November. And so it really hurt, but I did the work I needed to do to deal with my medical issues and get back to performance ready. And we will reschedule all this and get back here and get back singing in front of y'all. And so it's not only my second chance at this recital, but also because I wasn't sure what was happening with those medical issues. I feel like this is also kind of my second chance at life because I wasn't sure what was going to happen there. So yeah, thank you all for giving me a second chance, and I also thank God every day for giving me a second chance. And yeah, like I said, I really appreciate y'all being here tonight, and I appreciate y'all dealing with all the finances out here, and you know, gathering away up here in my